Hello OT world. This video is not a product tour, it's about a mission to make OT security understandable, testable and observable without touching production systems. The World of Labshock is not a simulation, it's a full OT world built as a laboratory, using real industrial components, protocols and events to learn, test and demonstrate how OT security actually works. If you work in OT, ICS or industrial security, this shows how OT security is approached in real world, before it matters in production. Industrial environments face growing cyber risk, but there is still no unified way to train, test and demonstrate OT security safely. Hands-on experience is essential, yet most programs never expose engineers to real PLCs, SCADA or industrial protocols. Live testing is usually forbidden, leaving red teams without a place to practice and blue teams unable to validate detection. SIEM and IDS rules exist, but rarely tested against real OT events. The result? A fragmented landscape. Training labs here, simulation there, monitoring tools elsewhere, without a single environment reflecting how OT security actually works and looks like. The solution isn't another tool, it's an entire OT world as a laboratory. World of Labshock combines all OT security disciplines in a single connected environment, designed for learning, testing and demonstration with the real industrial systems. At the center is the Labshock portal, connecting labs, guides, quests, zones, logs and services. It lets you move seamlessly between theory and practice. Visibility and action all in one place. For detection, network swiftness monitors real industrial traffic in real time, using OT-aware logic and machine learning to reduce false positives. For testing defenses, Pentest Fury provides safe, simulated adversary techniques, so red and blue teams can train without touching production systems. Tidal Collector forms the OT SIEM backbone, collecting, normalizing and forwarding OT logs to any SIEM. This ensures detection and correlation rules can be tested on real logs. Full SCADA systems let you explore logging, visualization and automation hands-on. Real PLCs show input-output mappings, memory addressing and controller logic, the foundation of OT security. All of this is supported by Engineering Workstation, a ready-to-use environment with industrial tools, protocol, secure access and segmentation testing. The point is clear, Labshock doesn't simulate OT security, it contains it, a world built for observation, testing and understanding OT in practice. Once the world exists, the question is simple, how do you move through it? The World of Labshock follows a clear workflow. Step 1. Deploy the OT lab. Step 2. Learn SCADA and PLC communication. Step 3. Conduct OT penetration testing. Step 4. Detect ICS threats, train IDS models. Step 5. Integrate logs and optimize SIEM detection. Step 6. Create custom OT scenarios. And of course design your own labs for blue-red team exercises and learn a lot of OT security hands-on and practical way. Everything you've seen leads to this. Labshock lets you build real ICS labs, simulate safe penetration tests, train hands-on defenses with real events and master OT security in one unified platform. This isn't a collection of tools. It's a complete environment where learning, testing and observation happen together, just like in real world. Click Launch Lab and you don't enter a demo, you enter the world itself. From here everything is real, services, traffic, events, behavior. Theory stops, observation begins. Welcome to the World of Labshock. Let's step inside. Let's start from the lab step. This is where biggest evolution from Labshock 1 to Labshock 2.0 becomes visible. Labshock 1 was focused on isolated environments. Single labs, single scenarios, one setup at a time. That worked, but OT security doesn't work that way in real world. With Labshock 2.0 we introduced the World of Labshock. The World of Labshock expands Labshock from isolated labs into a connected OT security landscape. Instead of mastering one lab and stopping there, users now progress through a world that reflects how OT security actually works. In Labshock 1 there was only one oil spring. In Labshock 2 we now have multiple oil springs, each designed for a specific learning and testing focus. Let's start with oil spring air. This environment contains only OT components, PLCs, SCADA and industrial protocols. No DMZ, no IT services, no enterprise integrations. This allows you to focus purely on SCADA PLC communication, understand industrial protocols faster and start learning without distraction. Next is Splunk Oil Spring. This represents an enterprise-grade environment with full OT zones, DMZ, IT services and SIEM integration with Splunk, enterprise-grade SIEM. This is how OT security looks in real organizations. Perfect for detection engineering, correlation rule testing, and SOC workflow involving OT data. And finally, Elastic Oil Springs. This provides a full OT DMZ IT architecture integrated with Elastic Stack for open source SIEM pipelines, ideal for learning SIEM fundamentals, cost-effective deployments, and custom detection logic. With Labshock 2.0 you can now build custom environments and labs for different industries, networks, protocols, and scenarios. The world of Labshock is not fixed. It is expandable, just like real OT environments. This is why Labshock is no longer just a lab, it's a world. Next, we will enter one of these environments and start interacting with it live. Now, let's move to the Shock Lab tab. This is where theory becomes reality. We will run Oil Springs Air to see how it works and feel it firsthand. Clicking on Oil Spring Air, we load the lab. Once loaded, we open the control lab and start the environment. Services begin to appear: SCADA, PLC, EWS, pen test, IDS, collector. Let's click on SCADA. You'll notice that oil springs from Labshock 1 are still here. They continue to exist alongside the new world. So you can explore OT security concept the same way, but in a much more comfortable and faster environment. With lab controls, secure web access, and dynamically spawned services, everything spins up automatically and is user-friendly. This is how Labshock 2 brings the entire OT world into your hands. Now we can interact with real services, see live traffic, and start testing the learning immediately. Let's now switch to Labshock 2.0, the world of Labshock. From learning perspective, this is where everything changes. The world of Labshocks allow you to explore all industries, touch any kind of SCADA layouts, network, protocol, and even practice techniques safely. To structure this experience, the world introduced zones. Zones are where all new labs are placed and organized by industry topics and learning focus. Inside each zone you will find separate labs focusing on a specific industry, guides with focused learning materials, an instructor to guide you and explain concept. Let's jump into the first zone, login word. Clicking on the zone we see the Utility Works lab, the guide library, Foreman Derek, your instructor, The Utility Works Lab is a beginner-focused environment. It shows you the first steps, how to load, start, stop and debug labs. It contains only a few services, so you can run it quickly and test that you're ready to progress. The guide library contains initial guides to help you read and understand the World of Labshock and prepare for the hands-on experience. And finally, Foreman Derek will walk you through the zone, explain why you're here and what to expect. Here is your instructor for the first zone, helping you navigate the world and get started confidently. Now, let's try it ourselves and load the Utility Works Lab. Clicking Load, the lab starts up. Just like oil springs, but this time we see only two services, HMI and PLC. This is enough to get started. At this stage, the goal is to learn how to start, stop, pause and debug a lab. Clicking on the HMI, we can see the Utility Works layout. This layout represents a simplified, focused industrial environment, perfect for understanding the basics of automation and programming. As you progress, this lab will continuously expand, adding more services, complexity and hands-on scenarios. Over the time, the World of Labshock will grow also into many zones covering multiple industries, protocols and network architectures, all designed to build your OT security expertise step by step. This is your starting point in the World of Labshock, where learning begins hands-on, safely and at your own pace. Now let's go back to the zone and meet Foreman Derek. Clicking on Derek, we see that he gives you a quest. Each quest gives you along a structured learning path, telling you what to learn, what to read and what to try. He is your personal instructor and organizer, helping you progress through the World of Labshock step by step. Let's take one quest and open its guides. This is where the most important part begins, knowledge. All information and theory is packed into a structured hierarchy of guides. When you take a quest, it will ask you to learn a specific topic and read a corresponding guide. Let's load the guide. Clicking Load, we are redirecting to the Guide tab. Here you will find learning materials organized for hands-on application. Labshock is built around an event-driven OT security understanding. Hands-on first, theory when needed, focus on system behavior, not tools. Learn from real events, not synthetic alerts. Distinguish faults from attacks through evidence. Build detection logic grounded in operation reality. This approach ensures that the skills you develop transfer directly to real OT environments. Now, Guide becomes your reference and learning companion as you continue through the quest and labs. Before we finish, let's take a look at the Profile tab. This is where you track your progression through the World of Labshock. Here you can see your level and experience, achievements unlocked through real hands-on work, skills you are developing over time. This is not cosmetic progress. Every level reflects real understanding earned through labs, quests and investigations. This is only the beginning. The World of Labshock will continue to grow. More industries, more zones, more protocols, more challenges. It is not just a platform, it is a living OT world, built as a laboratory for learning, testing and discovery. If you work in OT security, if you want to understand industrial systems the right way, if you want to test ideas safely and build real skills, this journey is for you. Welcome to the World of Labshock. The journey has just begun.